Yo, hello, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I think that was pretty loud because this damn game is loud as fuck. But yeah, how are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Let's see. I think this game had any audio. Yeah, it didn't have any audio. Where did we leave off? All right. Well. Jesus. Oh, I can hear myself now. Yeah. So, how you guys doing? How you guys doing? Hope you guys doing well. Hope you guys doing fantastic. Well, we get jumping straight into it. Yeah. I'm doing all right. Hope you guys doing well. Yeah. So did we stop? Where did we stop last time? Damn. It's been a while. It's been a while though. So, just for the record, if you haven't caught up to it, yeah, you can catch up on YouTube. I always upload all the playthrough over there. So if you have missed all those times, then you can catch up on the YouTube. All right. Where did we stop? Victim Icon cave. The reason either there's something else we found Mr. Asogi's cabin, the remnants of something that couldn't probably have been there if what Ms. Pavlova told us was true. What? Susato-san. Putting this measure on the floor aside, there's something else. Well, we're gonna be a try and erroring this, since I have no idea what we did last time. Magnifying glass? No, nothing on these. Nothing on these. Oh. And that piece of evidence proves this was no accident, in other words. Was no accident, in other words. What could it be? I forgot what we did last time. Are we talking about Are we talking about this? I might be wrong though, because it's been a while. Yeah, it's not it. Oh, this is piece of broken. This piece of broken glass next to the mark on the floor. But the glass bell and the kitten had around its neck. We already know all about that. Hope the music is not too loud because I try to keep it, as close as possible. You can hear me better than everything else. Also, my voice is also pretty low, so usually, I could try to make it as close to or higher than the game volume. But that's the glass bell, the kitten had around its neck. We already know all about that. Yes, it was broken in half when the victim tripped over the cat and fell. So we already have a satisfactory explanation. There's a flaw in that logic. Unfortunately, there's a very big flaw, a fatal flaw. What? That's really what happened? Now did one half of the bell end up back here in this cabin? Well, that only means that someone was in the cabin to, clear the room a little bit, But instead, left one piece of evidence behind. Of course, that would be a bit sloppy, right? Ah. Yes, remember that we found the other half of the glass bell in that waste paper basket, or just bin. Would you care to explain that, Miss Pavlova? Oh no. Oh yes. Oh yes, tell me, Miss Pavlova. Both these pieces of evidence clearly point to the same conclusion, so what is the conclusion? That when Mr. Asogi died last night in his cabin, there was someone else in the room, yes, and that one person gotta be the only one, right? And that same person deliberately arranged the scene to disguise the truth, in order to cover up his or her own guilt. Yeah. Best Kia in the world, baby. Yes, there was someone else present in Mr. Asogi's. Let me turn down the music for you guys a little bit more. Should be fine. That should be fine. Yes, there was someone else in Mr. Asogi. Yes. Hey, who it is? Who it is? You are wasting time. Someone else was there. Duh, of course, we know this. What are you talking about? Bulkhead was bolted shut from the inside. There was no way in or out. Oh, or someone just broke through it. Oh yes. The only other person in cabin when the young student died was you. No. True, I was in the cabin when it happened. You were shut inside the cabin wardrobe. To be precise about the details? Yes, indeed. I'm a Ryunosuke, always throwing himself under the bus. But I don't know Russian. There's no way I would have left that message. No, would have. There's no way you could have left a message. Yes, to be precise about the details, would you mind? Forgive me, my dear fellow. Ahaha. As I was saying, the person in question wrote the word wardrobe in Russian on the floor in an attempt to incriminate me for the crime, even though I had been asleep in there the entire time. And then the same person picked up the broken glass bell that had fallen to the floor, for fear of it becoming evidence that would show how Mr. Asogi really died. But why wouldn't this person have taken all the pieces of the bill anyway? Yeah, good question. Maybe he forgot? Oh, might be different reasons. Leaving half behind was always going to raise questions. Yes, you should have taken that with you. Yes, well, it was past 1 o'clock in the early hours of the morning. The cabin would have been quite dark. You see, I don't call 1 o'clock early hours of the morning. I won't rather call it midnight still, you know. It's like, sure, 12 o'clock is midnight, but you know, it's still kind of close to midnight, right? I won't call it 1 in the morning. A single small lamp suspended from the ceiling would have barely have casted any light onto the floor here. Little wonder then that the culprit failed to notice the fragment of the tiny item. All suspect me, don't you? Nice. Seaman Stroganoff. Stroganoff. Nina is a woman of sea. His daughter, a strong sailor. Wait, what? Years ago, they noticed her dancing skills and she went away to join the ballet company. But before she was dancer on the ship. Dancer on the ship? What are you talking about? Member of the ship bands. You don't accuse ship's angel of being criminal. I mean, mate. What do you mean, dancer of the ship? Just escaped her country. You can't call she was here from the get-go. But that's it, now, mate. What are you saying, Ryunosuke? You say that when young student died, Nina was there in his cabin. I mean, sure. But that is not possible. I give my tooth. Oh, you're willing to give your tooth, huh? Well. This is almost interesting. And why would you give your tooth, pray? How can you be so sure? You're a great detective, you should know. Look truth in the eyes. Cabin bulkhead was bolted shut from the inside. Nobody could go into the cabin, not Nina, not anyone. Oh, you want to tell me the killer can walk through locked doors? Yet, it's impossible. Right. But wait, I've read about this in detective stories. People often tie threads around. No, that does not work. Let's so they can open the close. From the outside, no, the doors are fully shut. They seal perfectly. Thread? Are you stupid? These bulkheads are not barn doors. Certainly not. These are watertight doors, as one would expect to find on any modern steamship. Constructed of heavy steel will not gap inside. With not a gap inside, no threads of or needles or magnets could have been used. No, of course not. Thought so too. Mr. Naruto suggested earlier so. Oh my god. Susato-san, how could you shift it onto me like this? Yeah, how could you do this? See, so Seaman Stroganoff has a valid point. The cabin door couldn't have been bolted shut from the outside. I mean, I already have an idea how you can make it work, right? To not, you know, fuck it up completely. In a sense that, you know, you can, you know, the door was open from, you know, from the start, right? And then, you know, you killed the person, or, you know, just fought with him, whatever it is, right? Close the door, and then you wait that the ship, you know, finds something that he needs to, you know, maneuver around. That way, you know, that lock will shut itself close, right? Shut itself on its own, so they don't have to do anything. I mean, would be, you know, I would say that would be the easiest solution to the closed room, or whatever you want to call it, right? But I put it to you that I could bolt this cabin door without laying a finger on it. Yes, I could too. Not really that hard, now is it? And in this very cabin, we can see the traces of the method I have in mind and being used before. I don't believe it. I don't either, man. What are you talking about? Well, Mr. Naruto, I believe you know what I mean, don't you? The way to shut the bolt of the door cabin from the outside? One way does spring to mind, yes. Do you really know what Mr. Sholmes means, Mr. Naruto? Yes, so should you wait? Because we've seen it happen. Indeed we have. So would you care to do the honors, Mr. Naruto? Point out the telling signs of the method that was used to slide the cabin door bolt across the outside. This one, right? Wait. Method was used to slide the cabin door bolt across. Also, I have to yeah, it shows how it was done. It certainly shows how something was done. I concur. In fact, it's an excellent way to show how easily it is to jump to the wrong conclusion. Oh, wait, what? Show how the ball could be made side shot outside the cabin. Mate, what? Surely, it can't really be possible to make the bolt slide shut without touching it all, can it? Sure that is. Something in the back of my mind tells me so. Yes, you really know. Yeah, I mean, okay. We already read it. Oh my lord. Is there something I can find here? Because it doesn't show me quite a lot, huh? Telling signs of method. Method? I mean, I cannot even think of anything besides, pulling the thing over here. Even then, I have no fucking idea what you would do. Make it happen. Uh-huh. Telling signs. Well, let's hope for that, right? See how all the books think. Oh, okay. I just jumped straight to the conclusion. You have to read, man. You have to really read good to make it happen. That must have happened when the ship made its emergency stop before. Yes. Yes, that's right. It's a very powerful vessel after all. When the engines are thrown into reverse, a violent jolt goes across the entire ship. Any small objects that aren't fastened down are bound to fall over. I believe, yes, it's what it's known as a force of inertia acting on the objects. Say nothing Susato doesn't know. Oh, that isn't in the book at least. Well, whatever it's called, the same force that pushed over those books in the bookcase also made something else in this cabin move. Yes, bolt on the cabin door, yes. I already told you before, It was very obvious just after the emergency stop that the ship made earlier. We had come into the cabin long before we hadn't bolted the door. Also, what I'll say is, I think, the pulling thing, it's probably something to do only with communication, so not really something to do with emergency, so yeah, that's probably the wrong case, more like the wrong thing to click on. But I had the right idea though. I had the right idea. But then... Hello? Is anybody in there? Shout if you need assistance! Oh, that sounds like... What that is? Inspector Hosonaga. Oh, yes! That's it. When the ship stopped suddenly, the bolt flew across the locked door. Yes. Yes, it's made of metal, but it's small and light enough to be moved by the ship's sudden change of speed, or the force of inertia. No, inertia. If you want to call it that. Oh, are you trying to say that last night, after Mr. Asogi was killed? Yes, you made another urgent emergency stop. Yes. When I woke up this morning and looked around the cabin, I thought it looked a little odd. All the books on the shelves had toppled over, and all the ornaments. It was as if almost someone had run their hand across the shelves and deliberately knocked everything over. Yes, I remember that. And I stood them all up again, didn't I? Then when we came into this cabin, we were surprised to see the same thing in here. All the books and everything had toppled over. Like in Masasugi's cabin. Oh my. Oh my, oh my. Do you have anything to say about this, Miss Pavlova? Are you out of your mind? You say Booty made emergency stop. It does seem a little far-fetched. How could that possibly have happened? Unless you're saying that the culprit is actually someone from the engine room. Oh, it is simple enough. I don't know what is up with Hosonaga. My man, you gotta stop being so special about things, looking back and forth like you're the one who killed the person. I'm forgetting the button in the passageway outside. Used to trigger the emergency alarm. Oh yes, of course. There was a notice, wasn't there, telling you only to press the button in times of emergency? Ah, yes. On dark nights when the fog is dense, the captain cannot afford to rely on the eyes of its lookout alone, hence the placement of a number of buttons around the vessel to allow any crewman to raise the alarm. The sort of button one is almost compelled to press to satisfy one's curiosity. Wait, it was you? When the button is pressed, two things happen in the interest of safety. The emergency alarm bell rings and the vessel comes to a complete stop. As indeed it did a little earlier today. Mr. Sharps, surely it wasn't you. As I always say, a button has but one purpose in life. To be pressed, whatever the occasion. No one's proud of himself. How dare you mess with the ship? I wrote you to Captain, you're in much trouble now. No. I'm sure all that can wait until later. Let us not overlook the fact that we have now learned a valuable lesson. When the vessel makes an emergency stop, the bolts on the cabin door slide closed. So, what you must now consider, yes, it all comes down to one thing now. Last night, after what happened to Mr. Asogi, the ship making emergency stop, or did it not? You idiots! With a huge ship with many passengers, if we make emergency stop even in the middle of night, there would be chaos everywhere. Yes, indeed it would. What are your thoughts, Mr. Naruto? My man's speechless, huh? Well, it's only possible that some kind of emergency happened last night. We have evidence to support that idea. Really? What evidence, Mr. Naruto? Fascinating. Do show us, my good man. What evidence promotes the theory that some emergency gripped his vessel last night? Ah. It gotta be the log, right? Seaman Stroganov, it's your duty to patrol the first class area. Okay, why am I speaking like this? What the fuck? What the hell? Area of ship, isn't that alright? Isn't that right? Ah, that is correct. Why? And the ship's log here. This would be where you record the details of your duties. What are you doing with that? That is mine. Well, if it's if it's yours, then shouldn't you be, shouldn't you be doing a lot of things? Ah, you rather carelessly left it at the top of the middle makeshift bureau. The passageway out there. Yeah, how could you, man? How could you? How could you do something like this, huh? Always put away your things. Unless you are too lazy to do it. Then it's fine. By responsible passengers, we took it into our care with the mind to return to you later. I left it there on purpose. That is where I put it always. The point is, looking at what you usually report, it's clear that under normal circumstances, you write the phrase nothing to report every 30 minutes. Damn writing. From 2 o'clock last night until first light this morning, nothing was recorded at all. Ah, I mean, yes, we have seen that, but also the fact that it's kind of, annoying, every 30 minutes you have to write, yeah, nothing to report. It's like, why not just, I don't know, make, two signs underneath that means, yes, it's the same stuff all the time. Nothing recorded in the log. That is, because nothing happened. Wait, you didn't write it down. But if nothing happened, you would normally write it, nothing to report, wouldn't you? Hey, we have the guy who knows what happened. Who would have thought, right? It would be him. Indeed. So, it turns out that shortly after 2 a.m., something happened. Here aboard the SS Buria. Yes, yes indeed. Something sufficiently significant to make you forget to fill the ship's log. In fact, are you suggesting that the ships really did make an emergency stop in the middle of the night? Stop talking rubbish. Rubbish? Stop talking rubbish. If I'm perfectly honest, I find it a little hard to believe myself. Oh, why? Well, because if something as major as an emergency stop really had happened, surely all of us would have noticed. That's very true. Thanks to the emergency stop we experienced earlier, we all know what it feels like now. The ship lurched so violently. The alarm bell was so loud. I can't imagine that anybody would sleep through that, even if it happened in the dead of the night. I mean, I have one guess, and that one guess would be, since most of the people who are outside of the crew member of the ship, who are, who are Japanese, got or English as well, got drugged up. So, because most of them don't remember what happened, they're having a headache, right? They don't remember what happened. Also, on that fact alone is that there might be a possibility that most people on the ship are under one structure, because also everyone is in the know, probably from the captain to the crew members. Essentially just assassinating a Japanese up-and-coming prodigy of a lawyer. Oh no, that's a good point. What of the throbbing? Sorry, what do you mean? Your head, man. Yes, your head. The wrong of your head since this morning you all have suffered it with it. Food was drugged. Yes, I've had it. You're right. In fact, I haven't been feeding myself since I woke up today. Nor have I. My head has been feeling heavy ever since dawn. Yes, you've all been afflicted, haven't you? Just as I suspected. Right, my head's been throbbing today too. And since eating dinner yesterday evening, everything has felt sort of hazy. I can't really remember anything that happened after I climbed back inside the wardrobe. Then the first thing I noticed this morning was a strong pain in my head. I had already been dragged out of the wardrobe and had those handcuffs put on me by that point. Why didn't I wake up when all of that was happening to me? Good question. Good question. My man using his brain. Tell me, Naruhodo. You boarded this vessel as a stowaway, didn't you? Oh, well, yes. Sorry. A stowaway class of accommodation doesn't usually include meals. What did you survive on? Ah, well, Asma looked after me. He was always happy to share his meals. So you enjoyed some of the whole roast chicken dish that was served yesterday evening, I take it? Yes, in fact, I had all of that. I wasn't fond of chicken. Oh really? So the victim didn't eat any of the chicken at all? Yeah, the victim didn't eat it at all. I mean, chicken is nice, man. Chicken is probably one of the better ones. Better meats to eat, in my opinion, if you do it right. Of course, there are all kinds of other meats, ground beef and all of that. That's right, he didn't touch it. Is that irrelevant? My dear fellow, does that not strike you? Oh, Mr. Sean, do you mean to say we all got drugged? That there was something wrong with Chikon? Yes, there was. I do. No, really? Is that really true? Did we prepare for the passengers last night? I've been tampered with. That was by addition of a Soporific designed to induce a very deep slumber in those who consumed it. A sleeping drug. Do you mean whoever did this laced every meal with the sleeping drug so no one would notice the ship's emergency stop? Not Oda-san. Of course that's not what Mr. Shom's saying. Mr. Shom means what a far-fetched idea. It's not a far-fetched at all. Osato-san, why are you always trying to fuck me over? What the fuck? That's not how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be on my side. What? Precisely. Lacing every meal of every passenger on board with a soporific drug would certainly be impossible, unless, that is, every single member of the crew was a conspirator. Yes. Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm so good. I think I'm way too good for this. Straight up nuking everything down. What? Chomps. Well, Seaman. Mr. Seaman, you got something to say? Ah. I'm sorry to say that any more of this deception in this matter will get you nowhere. Yes, indeed, it will get you nowhere, motherfucker. Hmm. If you refuse to talk, there would have been inquiry made through the shipping company, of course. And were it to happen, every member of the crew and the captain himself would be hauled over the coals. Yes, they would also be thrown into prison forever. Choose wisely. For aiding and abetting a renegade. Renegade? What renegade means? Oh, you got it? You gonna say something now, Stroganov? Please, no more. I will tell everything. Hey, lady, you're 15 years old. What the fuck? Kinda fucked up. I cannot make problems like this for everyone anymore. These crewmen are your former comrades, I believe. Yes, so when I decided to run away, ask them to help me. By murdering? What the fuck? Hell no, what? I don't take that. We all agreed to help, everyone together. Threw away everything. Her fame in the ballet. Mother Russia. We want to help our angel. I don't believe it. You are right. We put sleeping drug in chicken last night. Yes, I remember now. I did notice chewing on a lump of something strange and bitter at one point. Could not make all drug. How do you say dissolve? Say dissolve. Oh, talk about heavy seasoning. Yeah. At midnight, in waters near Shanghai, we brought our angel on board. She was helped by a comrade on shore with a small fishing boat. While all the passengers of the SS Buria slept soundly. Thanks to the almost magical effects of its slumber-inducing potion, their evening meals had contained. So if that's what happened, the only people awake on the ship last night were the crew, people who dislike chicken, and the newly boarded passenger, Miss Pavlova. But why did Kazuma needed to die? That makes no sense. And that means it would have been possible for you. Could have used the emergency stop trick to lock Kazuma's cabin door. But how does that make sense? Really, every cabin door would have ended up locked in that case, and there would have been complete chaos. Well, unless you coordinate. Oh, I wouldn't say so. What? Of course. Just like us all. Just like us, all the other passengers would have eaten their evening meal of chicken in the cabins. I wish they would have been overwhelmed by tiredness because of the sleeping drug. Quite accordingly, quite accordingly, all passengers were already in the cabins for the night. Yes. The overwhelming majority of passengers would habitually sleep with their cabin doors bolted anyway. Yes, they would have closed it up on their own. And so not one of them would have found it remarkable to find the door locked in the morning. In summary, in order to fasten the bolts of a single cabin door on the ship, the crew brought the entire vessel to an emergency stop in the early hours of the morning. They would. You have talked a long time and said many things. What is the point? The point is what I said earlier. There was somebody else present on the scene when the victim lost his life last night. Yes, that is the question. It's like, who who killed Kazuma? That is the point here. Who killed him? Someone who left a message in Russian on the floor in an attempt to incriminate another. Someone who tried to desperately to hide the broken fragments of glass or reveal the culprit's identity. And someone who abused the ship's emergency stop procedure in order to lock a door. All told, a busy night. But what, mate? I mean, I don't know about any of this. I'm just a little girl. I mean, it's fine if you're a little girl. That's fine. You like to speak with your long English words and explain your clever idea? I mean, a lot of things can happen, right? All about the killings. But I am Sailor, and sailors don't listen too long. Boring story, we don't believe. Uh-huh. Sailors like me, we trust only what we see with our eyes. A laudable trade. What? I'm quite the same disposition, my good man. Observation to me is everything. Mr. Naruto? Oh, yes. Do you hear the accusatory cry of guilt on the wind? What accusatory cry of guilt? Well, that's more like a metaphor, probably. So sorry. Sorry. You've lost me. Approval involvement, man. Yes, but you can't hear such a call with your eyes. No. You must hear it with your eyes. By what? Hear it with your eyes. What do you mean, man? Hear it with your eyes, more like seeing it with your eyes. Observations is the basis of all deduction. But what are you talking about? I believe the time has come. For one final logic and reasoning spectacular. To expose the truth. So, Mr. Naruto, or Naruto-san, your assistant, if you please. But what exactly, Mr. Sholmes? Good observation, my dear fellow. Just as I said, of these two prevaricators. Observation? If you remember Mr. Naruto-san, you know that somebody tried to fabricate evidence, don't we? By tampering with the scene of Mr. Asagi's death, what we're looking for is some trace of evidence that one of these two was there when it happened. Precisely, you are delightfully quick to grasp my meaning. Alright, I see what I can see. So we're looking for a trace of evidence that someone else was there last night when Kazuma died. Left ear? What does the left ear has to do? Okay. Try to get the camera right. I try to see, you know, since we never can, well, since we never can do this 360 thing. Huh? What the fuck is this? Oh my god, bro. Really? Really? You forgot the most important thing on your back? What is this? Seaman Stroganov. Hey yo, Race. How you doing, man? Seem to have quite a large purple stain on the back of your white uniform there. I mean, it's League, man. All you can do is just block them kids and yeah, move on. That's all you can do. Because it's a waste of time, you know, talking with them. Most of the time, at least. That's how I play games. When I played League, at least. But I muted them and just went on with my life. And you know, just most of the time I only communicate with pings. So that's, you know. Yeah. I mean, pings is alright. But I don't know. I think pings is pinging's alright, but typing and stuff, yeah, because pinging sometimes can be good. Oh yeah, people definitely abuse them, but at the same time, it's like not always is the same, right? Well, yeah, that's a more like a form of I guess a person problem. That, you know, spam ping stuff. It's always, you know, it's always a trait of anyone, you know, who's toxic as shit. More not really toxic, it's more like frustration stuff where you just try to make the other person know things as much as possible, right? Try to get him, oh, annoyed on the fuck out of him. When he can't enjoy it, then I shouldn't be either. Wait a second, no, the other way around. When I can't enjoy it, you can't enjoy it either. That way, yes. Hey, oh yes, I don't know where the dirt comes from. Yeah, a stain is definitely not dirt, man. Okay, well, it's kind of dirt, but at the same time, it's not really dirt. So nothing particular comes to mind about the stain. But yeah, League on its own is already pretty shit, so I would rather, you know, play ARAM. That's what I actually did, you know, before. Yeah, that's you know, that's what that's how it works with League. It's more like what it was is when you essentially, let's say you will get tilted off the earth, let's say 5 minutes in, first blood, or the, yeah, game is over. Okay, mate, get the fuck out of here. I'm going to the next game. See, that's one of the things that's that's the most toxic shit ever. That's why, you know, when I played League, I played League for like 3 years, for like what, season 2, 3, and 4. You know, Summoner's Rift is nice, but ARAM was pretty fun. Holding Abyss, probably the most fun I had. What are you trying to say? It would appear that the significance of the stain has escaped your attention, Miss Seaman. Allows to make it plain. It's very large, purple stain on the back of the Seaman Stroganov's uniform. I think what made it is clear. Indeed, it is. So, Mr. Naruto, or Naruto-san, present the evidence that proves it. My pleasure. Alright then, the evidence that proves what that stain on the back of Seaman Stroganov's uniform really is. Oh yeah, that is that's usually, I mean, that's I mean, I guess it's a trade where, you know, ranking up in points, right? As that's the competitive aspect in it, right? Gaining something. You can't gain something you don't care too much. Also, if you play ranked for fun, right? You don't care too much about, you know, it's a learning experience. But some people are so competitive and they're shit at it too. It's like, oh yeah, it's all your fault, not mine. So yes, 100%. Ranked usually is more like you should be trying your best. It's a ranked game, right? But should also not be as toxic as it gets, right? Because well, times like, well, it happens. Yeah, I mean that's a common thing with people who are also really good. Sometimes can be also really toxic, right? Yeah. Or you have to keep one lane island and you know help everywhere else. That way things better. Where's the purple stain? Is it here? What caused the purple stain? I know what the purple stain was caused. Is it here? I don't think it's here. But yeah, what's usually what I see also most of the times like leave the you know the lane alone and just focus on all the other lanes. I mean, just because one lane is not winning doesn't mean you can't win with the other lanes. They get another lane ahead. Most time mid or bot lane, depending on who's better. Or if you're good enough, you might as well help a top lane and then you try to get him back into the game. But that is you know really a thing. Uh-huh, so what does it make? Is it this one? With the purple stain. Article? Nah, it's not it either. Let's try this. Ah, perfect. Yes, it's this photograph and ink. It shows that that's what caused the stain on your uniform. Ink? Yes, ink, my guy. Already unusual color of ink, purple. Well, it's not really unusual. Ink is usually bluish, even sometimes even purple. But most of the time it's blue, dark blue. Oh. Oh, the penny drops at last. Now you see the significance? The Russian word on the floor next to the victim's body was written in purple ink. And the stain of the back of your uniform is ink of the exact same color. Well, Mr. Stroganoff, you fuck yourself, please resign and go to jail. If the ink had been dry, it couldn't possibly have stained your uniform that way. Which means you must have been present in the cabin in the moments of immediately after the ink was spilled. Alright, yes. Damn, my man gave a quick. It was me. I did it. Everything. I arranged everything in that student's cabin to make it look like a wardrobe man did it. Oh really? Wait, you can read that? Read that sign on the door. To the, I guess in the on the wardrobe. Then I press the button to make Muria do emergency stop and bolt cabin door shut. I did everything so no one suspect our angel. Then why would you do it in the first place, man? There was no need for that. If please. I mean, also the fact that uh, I mean, yes, you're trying to bring her all onto your ship, you know, smuggle her in, but come on, you don't have to kill fucking Kazuma for this. That makes no sense. Don't worry, Angel. Let me do talking. It was afternoon, 1 in the morning. I was on duty, patrolling a passageway. Then our angel came to me. He was white like sheet. Please, you must help me. I went with her. The door to cabin number 1 was open. When I looked inside, I saw a student boy on floor. What happened here? Please, don't tell anyone. My little one, my little furry friend. Everything that happened in cabin is like Angel told you. The kitten escaped through the ventilator into Miss Asugi's cabin. Then he tripped over it and broke his neck. He fell to the floor? Yes, that is right. So after the incident, when the cat ran away, Miss Pavlova then visited the cabin next to hers. Only to find its occupant lying lifeless on the floor. She said she was worried when she heard sound of something falling on floor. That's when she went to look. But yeah, League is a game where, you know, all the toxicity comes in because of ranked games, right? But it's also the fact that all you can do is, you know, mute them, straight up completely mute them. Maybe only one person complete mute, right? And maybe the other people might be able to help you out. And then report them after the game. I mean, you can't do more than this, sadly. No, Angel. The door was not locked. So she opened to look, and you already know what happened after that? There's just one thing. If you wouldn't mind. What? When you went to Miss Asugi's cabin, Miss Pavlova, was he already dead? Why? I already told you. When Nina opened the door of student's cabin and looked inside, I was asking Miss Pavlova. Well, Miss Pavlova? Come on, girl, you just... Oh. Yes, that is right. I saw him. It was dark. And he was wearing black, but he was on the floor. Not moving. I was scared. I understand. And I believe you... Was that finally it now? Have we discovered the real truth about Kazuma's death at last? I mean, I hope we did. Ah, so I'm very nearly slipped my mind. I'm trying to think. What else? Oh, Mr. Sholmes? This photograph. Yes, I took this myself, you know. Wait a minute, what? Why did you take the photo? I'm confused right now. What are you saying? What are you saying, old man? What is that you want to tell the world? The cause of the death was a broken neck, and therefore the victim died instantly. And the unfortunate incident that precipitated these events, the kitten on which the victim stumbled. However, if those are the facts, there's one particular area in this photograph that seems to me somewhat unnatural. What is it? What do you mean, unnatural? What are your thoughts on the matter, Naruto-san? Oh, well. Connor tripped and fell. By some terrible stroke of bad luck, broke his neck. Which of this photograph? The print seems unnatural. What seems unnatural? What seems unnatural? Hmm. So my guess, would think would be unnatural would be this one, right? Wait. Okay, I think they got it a bit wrong here. Unless his bangs are so long that he would cover the whole thing, because his headband would not would usually be above this, right? It would be above this. I don't know why it's underneath this. Maybe it's something to do with anime, how they do things. I wonder what's here. Alright, if you really fell due to an unfortunate accident, Vincent, then this fist just doesn't seem quite right. Yes, indeed. The exact same thought occurred to me. In the fall, one's instinct is to open the palms flat, yes. Yet, here we see the victim with his left hand tightly balled into a fist. Almost, you might say, is grabbing onto something. I thought he were gripping something. His earring? What do you mean? Oh, simply that I took... Oh. Of investigating victims first. A short while ago. You did... What? And what? Pray... What there? Oh, I know what he found there. It was an earring, because in, the time where I said, the part where we could, do 360 around the characters, Nina didn't had only one earring. The question is, where's the second earring? Mr. Sholmes? Show us, please. It's an earring, right? Come on, tell me. Why, of course, my dear madam. Would I keep you in suspense? Hey, this is what I found. It's an earring. A crescent moon with a little gemstone in the middle. Yes, you're right. A crescent moon. Very, very pretty, but what does it tell us? It tells nothing. No, not so sure. The crescent moon looks familiar somehow. I'm sure I've seen it somewhere. Yeah, I've seen it before, yes. Observation is not all. That is key. What? Group is now tantalizingly close. It is, my man. It is tantalizingly close. Brother man. How did the crescent moon come to be in Kazuma's clenched fist? Yeah, that's something everyone wants to know. How did it happen there? Final clue, the last piece of the puzzle. Ask yourself, what does this little crescent moon mean? What significance has it? Try and observe, find the answer with your own eyes. I mean, yeah. Yes, left ear, right? I mean, I've seen it before. Right ear. Please, Pavlova, I noticed that on your ear. Even though you have a metal earring, the decorative part of it seems to be missing. The little link holding it on must have broken, I suppose. What? Yeah. Okay, now I'm getting thrown around here. Kazuma, what happened between you and her? Like, what happened? Even Mr. Stroganov is pretty perplexed about this. But looking at you other year, and not the crescent moon. No, I don't believe it. Now, the missing crescent moon was found in the victim's clenched fist. Really, there's only one logical conclusion. Wouldn't you agree, Miss Naruto-san? Yes. Miss Pavlova, Asuka-san must have grasped the crescent moon and pulled it from your ear, but why would he do that? What is the reason for doing that? Where's the man before he fell to the floor? In other words, last night in Asuka-san's cabin, you were the moment the victim fell with your own eyes. And in fact, you were quite literally at arm's length from him. But then the question is, why did Asuka-san do that? Good question, good question. Why did he do that? Couldn't you have saved him? Why did you pull your earring from your ear and hold it in his clenched fist? During these finest moments. Oh no. Angel. No one can protect you now. Please, Miss Pavlova, tell us the truth. Last night, what did you do to Kazuma? Are you actually 15 or are you just... Oh god. When I think about everything that happened yesterday, it was too much. Running away, the fishing boat in the middle of the night, trying to climb onto the huge ship. Then, when I was at last in this cabin and could relax after this horrible long a day. Darka, wait. I couldn't believe it when she disappeared through the ventilator. I tried to call her with a little whistle. I tried waving her favorite toy, but nothing worked. Darka would not come back. What are you doing here at this time of night, Inspector? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a friend of mine. The young man from your country. He was very polite and kind. He helped me to find Darka, and he promised not to tell anyone. But then, when I had my arms again, I was going to leave the man's cabin. Just a moment. Sorry, but... Oh, yes. I'm sure I know your face. I've seen you somewhere before. Ah, of course. You're Nikolina Pavlova, aren't you? The Russian ballerina. No, I don't know that name. My heart nearly stopped when he said that. He knew who I was. How could this man from a land far away east know a Russian ballerina? Yes, I saw your performance in Japan. The beauty of the ballet made a deep impression on me. But what are you doing on the ship? I'm sure I read that your ballet probably was performing in Shanghai at the moment. Can't fool him. I have to tell him the truth and hope he doesn't tell anyone. I have no other choice. I see, so you run away. Please keep my secret. Don't tell anyone. Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here. He's going to pull that cord. Going to tell Wait. I mean girl. Come on. Come on. That's not what he wanted to... Why did I think I could trust him? It happened. Everything at once. It was only a second, but felt like forever. Wait, I shouted and then... Zaka jumped out of my arms and down under the young man's feet. And as he turned around to look at me, I pushed him. What? I don't even know why. I know why I did it. I was so scared. And I had to stop him from telling anyone about me. Really? You would murder someone for this? Really? What? And that's when you went to fetch help? From Simon Stroganov, was on duty out passageway. I heard Nina cry out, fell on the floor, so I ran to her. I was standing at cabin door, shaking like a leaf. She looked at me and said, "Help me, Beef. If they find out, I will be police. I have nowhere to go." Well, now you're going to prison where, you know, a lot of people are waiting. So you decided to help, and that's when you arranged things in Kazuma's cabin to make it look like I did it, so that no one would suspect the passenger in the cabin next door. Yes, I went into the cabin and looked around, make sure there was nothing to show Nina was there. Then I found a stowaway. The wardrobe, still sleeping. Right, that's when he found me. So you worked out the plan. Little blame on the stowaway. I closed the wardrobe's door and put back strange paper sign. Lucky for me, that's the only reason. Person started to believe me when I said I was innocent. I mean, yeah. I dragged my young man's body to a good place and used ink that was spilling to right on floor. I wrote wardrobe so that the person who found him would look inside and find the stowaway. And tell me, what of the glass bell? It was by my feet, so I picked it up. I see. When it was dark in the cabin, I didn't notice the other half. Then Angel went back to her cabin and I finished the job. By pressing the emergency alarm button on the passageway. In the passageway? Yes. Accordingly, the Assaburia did indeed come to an emergency halt at a little after 2 a.m. I can't believe, man. She killed him. For no reason. The only reason is so might get found out. It's like, really? Really? You rather kill a person than you get found out for this? Really? Oh my god. He was even so nice to you. Thus enticing the bolt on the cabin door to slide shut, creating the locked room a mystery. I cannot believe this. You're still 15. You don't need to murder someone at that age. Well, might be later, but not this early. There's still one thing I don't understand, Miss Pavlova. What? Well, you said that you told Kazuma about the fact that you ran away from your homeland, yeah. I mean, if you already told him that, why would you tell it to anyone else? That's because you were worried he was going to tell the captain that you pushed him. Isn't that right? Yes. But even if he had pulled the cord called for the captain of the ship, aren't you friends with every member of the crew? Why would that have to be a problem? Yeah, you see, that makes no sense. If you're friends with every single person on the ship, then that one person, yeah, even if he found out and told the crew, yeah, so I wanna play ignorant to that. It's like, okay, I mean, yeah, it's fine. No one's gonna murder anyone for this. It was what he said first that made me scared. What he said first. Okay, what did he say? What are you doing here at this time of night, Inspector? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a friend of mine. Said Inspector. Was his friend? Really? Really? So, oh, Inspector, friend. So, okay. Ah, yes, meaning me. Oh, who was supposed to be acting as his bodyguard? I thought that if police knew about me, they would arrest me. Come on. Come on. I mean, yes, but at the same time, you have to believe the other person that he would say anything. So before you could pull the bell cord, I mean, would he actually pull the bell cord? May I stop you a moment, please? That's more like assumption on that part from her, because Why would why would you pull on the bell cord when you wanted just an opinion on something? Like for instance, the stowaway person who's in the wardrobe over there. It just doesn't seem to make sense. I mean, was Astigison really going to pull the bell cord? I don't know. Yeah, no, he was never ever going to pull that cord. The only thing he will probably show you is, look at the sign over there on the wardrobe. You're one of the same in this case. What? What do you think? No, the sun. Well, I'm the Kazuma, so I can't know for certain, but he was a man of his word. If he told you he wouldn't give your secret away, then he wouldn't have done it. No, he was walking over to it. He was going to pull the cord. He was going to make them send me back. He was maybe walking over to the wardrobe, who was close to the cord. Well, not all the sun. The day's work is not yet done, it seems. There's one more deduction to make. What? Another one? How many deductions do we have to do, man? Yes, what action was the victim really what to take at that moment? Can we determine whether the young man's gaze was directed? I mean, it's obvious where it's directed at. It's straight up directed at the one thing. Come on, it's a wardrobe. First, consider the victim's location within his cabin. That's easy. I remember every detail of the room. I mean, yes, I spent quite a lot of time in the wardrobe. But still, that cabin has been my home for the entire voyage. So this is how the cabin looked last night when Miss Pavlova visited Kazuma-sama. Yes, it's exactly how it was. Are you ready then, Naruhodo-san? Yes. Naruhodo, if there's one thing I've learned today, that simple gaze can reveal all manner of truth. Not only that, in order to draw the right conclusion, you can't afford to be out by even a little bit when you're following the gaze to where it lands. So, where he turned away from Miss Pavlova, what exactly was Kazuma looking at? The wardrobe. My wardrobe. I wasn't there at the time, of course. Sleeping soundly, too soundly. Only I hadn't eaten the chicken that was laced with a sleeping drug. If only he'd woken me up, then maybe this tragedy would never have happened. Considering everything that had happened last night, certainly, it may have looked as though Kazuma was going to ring the bell cord. Yes. However, what is directly beside the bell cord? The wardrobe. The wardrobe. And more importantly, what was inside the wardrobe? The man's great friend, sleeping soundly. Miss Pavlova, please think back very carefully. What were Astiguson's exact words last night? Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here. Another opinion, yes. Yes, but not from a member of the crew. No, Asigusa intended to consult his close friend on the matter. To see if between them they might be able to help in some way, no doubt. Oh no. Sadly, we can't know the truth for certain now. Too late for that. But I wish you had made sure of what Atsuki-san was looking at. Things may have ended very differently. If you had. Miss Pavlova, I want to thank you for finally admitting the truth. But unfortunately, the truth is, a man lost his life because of what you did, and that will never change. Yes, I will have no mercy on this one. Even if you're 15 years old, you still murdered someone knowingly. I hope you'll never forget that. You're 15 years old, ruined your life. Okay, sorry, we'll not cut it anymore. I mean, see, if we never, sorry will never bring back someone's life. You say as much sorry as you want. It will not change the outcome. The outcome is just someone lost his life. It's as simple as that. Really, I'm so sorry. See, I will not take that sorry. It is how it is, man. It is how it is. You know, even though I could see, you know, from the other side that yes, she was scared of getting found out, but let's be real. Murdered someone, and you can't be sorry about that. What have I done? Yes, indeed. What have you done? And so, at long last, the mystery surrounding the tragic accident on the SS Buria was finally laid to rest. What will happen to Miss Pablo now then? When we reach Great Britain, she'll be handed over to the British police at Scotland Yard. Or the fact that she ran away from Russia? Won't the Russians try to repatriate her? Apparently, the English detective can speak to the immigration office to sort all that out. I mean, I guess that's one thing. Good for her. Mr. Trump can do that? So she won't be going back to Russia then? No, I don't think so. Even if she wanted to return in the future, doubt she'd be able to. Yeah, she wouldn't be able to get back without any consequences worse than this, right? She ran away, so now she's in exile for life. She's also a thief, in a way, right? I see. I'm sorry. Seaman Stroganoff? I want to help our angel. No matter what, I mean, you're also accomplice now too, so you're going in with her. But I didn't think about you. How you lost a good friend. Oh, go with Nina. I will give myself yes. You need to. I mean, let's be real, you aided in the murder as well. That's kind of you. In the meantime, thank you for letting me go free again. Well, death feels like such a waste, but... well, do what you can for Miss Pavlova, won't you? Yeah. Well, I'm afraid you need to pack now. We're due to arrive in Hong Kong tomorrow. As much as it pains me, I'm going to have to hand you over to the consul to arrange your passage back to Japan. What? Yes. I did no way after all. I couldn't really expect any different. So, you should get back to your cabin now. Then we're going back? It looks like my study to the Great Japan is over before it even has begun, or even begun then. I think that only days ago Kazuma and I were laughing together about how we'd tear up the streets of London. That seems like a distant memory now. Oh, what's that? Is someone weeping? Yeah. Not Odo-san. I didn't know you had returned. Oh, well, I haven't been back long. Like, the house has told me I should pack, you know, ready to leave the ship tomorrow and all that. I still can't believe it. This has happened. Yes, I cannot believe it either. Just because you got scared and murdered someone. The man was so good, man. Was our bro. Was our brother in dark times, man. He had so much faith in us too. He even put his whole career on our on the line. Just be well. I believe in you. Can't believe someone's life can be over just like that. Go to son. He had such a grand idea for his visit to Great Britain. So many dreams, and now they've been cruelly taken away. Just as he has. I thought I could never forgive the person responsible. But now we know the truth. That it was just an accident. It's a silly series of mishaps. It's too much not over the sun. Just too much. Yes, I know. I wish there was something I could say. Inspector. My duty was to see Asuhi-san safely to Great Britain. But I failed. And caused his two closest friends great pain and suffering as a result. I've let everyone down. I will do anything to make up for my terrible blunder. Nobody blames you, Inspector. But why is he back in? And I'm free again now. Why is he cuffed again? What's happening? What are you doing, mate? Why is Naruto-san? Mr. Naruto? What is the meaning of this? What are you doing? No, a trifling matter. Maybe that in my head, I shall always picture you wearing those shackles. Without them, the plan seemed all wrong. It's distracting. Sorry? I decided to restore them, for old time's sake. You say you were a stowaway after all? He thinks this is funny. Yeah, do you think it's funny? The shops? I mean... Leak, man. Sadly, that is how Leak is. Sometimes you have good times, sometimes you have bad times. Sadly, we'll have a bad day today, I guess. Must be, you know, how people are right now. Maybe it's not the best day for them, but it's also pretty terrible. Blaming other one, right? I think the best case of study is, not, you know, maybe take a break on League and play maybe something else. Chill out. Oh, of course. Mr. Shams. We do appreciate all your assistance. I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I mean, people do be like this sometimes, man. Overvaluing, oh yeah, KDA is all. Yeah, no, not really. KDA is not everything. Still come back with the, let's say, a 310 score. Just with a little bit of help, you know, staying consistent, not dying any more than that. Not at all, not at all. And though it's a little late, may I offer my sincere condolences. The loss of your companion is truly heartrending. I hope that you will be able to fulfill some of his aspirations in his honor. Oh yeah, it doesn't matter. It's all about throwing, right? Getting caught out, middle of nowhere, without vision. I'm afraid that won't be possible. He'll be disembarking at the next port in Hong Kong. You have to return to Japan and make a full report about everything that's happened. But wait a minute. It's just me that has to go back, isn't it? I mean, I was a stowaway. Wait. Terms of the study tour were negotiated by the Department of Justice in both Great Britain and Japan. It was to be the one lawyer and one assistant. Was to be. Wait, can't we jump in? Yeah, team fights are essentially just you die when you did your job. Come back later. If the fight still goes on, hey, you might come back to the fight and come out ahead. In the light of Miss Asogi's unfortunate death, I'm afraid the study tour can no longer go ahead. Oh no, I don't care for me, but who's Sato-san? My dear fellows, the majority of problems have an extremely simple solution, you know. Yes, Naruto-san can jump, or like, you know, stand in for Kazuma. Passed away. All you require is one lawyer, and the study tour can continue, surely. Of course, your Ryonosuke is not really, I don't think he has, you know, the specific like Kazuma did have, right? But there's no one else with the necessary qualification, Mr. Sholmes. You know of no other lawyer. I mean, he is, you know, he is one person who's standing right in front of you who, you know, came out, no, not guilty in the verdict, who, you know, stood as its own defense law in the court of law. Qualification, you say? Any qualification obtained in your own country will be of little value in Great Britain, I'm afraid. Wait, what? Oh, but anyway, the voyage to London still promises a good month of time. Ample opportunity, I would say, to find yourself another suitable lawyer. Yes. It's like everyone talking around me, not really with me. Isusato? Do you think perhaps I might be able to do that? Uh, but you're not a lawyer, Naruto-san. I mean, I was my own defense lawyer, and I won my case. I guess I'm a perfectly good lawyer. Oh, unless, are you studying law? No, I'm not, but... I'm sorry, in that case, I don't think there's even a chance it could work. I mean, it can still work. But as I said, there's still more than a month before we reach England's shores. Isn't that right, Naruto? Yes, I have a month in which to study, to learn what I must become no, what I must become, I must do to become a lawyer in Great Britain. I mean, yes, but it's 1 month? We have so much time for all of the things that you have to learn? Like 31 days or 30 days? Not really a lot. That's ridiculous. Are you seriously suggesting anyone could learn all of that in just 40 days? Wait, 40 days? There's only one way to find out. I will work my fingers to the bone, Inspector, every single day. Will you let me try? And if by the time we reach Great Britain I haven't learned enough to recognize as a lawyer, I take whatever punishment is deemed appropriate. But why put yourself in such a difficult position? Kazuma, he said there was something he had to do in Great Britain, and that he would sacrifice anything to make it happen. He was passionate about it. I can't let that passion just come to nothing. And anyway, it's for my own benefit too. I will become a lawyer. I have to. What do you say, Susato? I think it's wonderful. It's a wonderful idea. Damn, you really came around, huh? Thank you. So, what does our spectacle turn up? Inspector Friend said. Are you serious? One lawyer and one assistant. The numbers are indisputable. No, it's madness, says the inspector. Yet fascinating, wouldn't you agree? Fascinating. Duty and rules are the dull routine of existence that we all abhor, give us interest, give us fascination. Speak for yourself. Besides, qualifications are no measure of a man. What matters is his character. No? And you witnessed ample evidence of this man's exemplary character today with your own eyes. For the early hours of this morning until this very moment now. Despite contending with the passing of his lost companion and despite the accusation of guilt, this man has shown resourcefulness, intelligence, and above all, courage. Very well. I think of a clever way to word my report to the Department of Justice. Inspector, after all, I did just make a promise, didn't I? Yes, you did make a promise. I'd said that I'd do anything to make up for my shortcomings here. You really do be doing this now. Oh, thank you, Inspector. I mean, Susan seems happy. If you'll excuse me, I must pay you a visit to the captain's quarters, I think. I need to discuss what to do next and how best to make my report. Are you really prepared to attempt this, Mr. Naruto? Yes, I'm going to try. I wonder, would you consider teaching me what I need to know? Everything about being a lawyer? I would be delighted to help you. I am a judicial assistant after all. Thank you. And Mr. Naruto-san, I'd like you to take charge of this. What? Me? Are you sure? I'm sure it's what Kazuma-sama would have wanted. There's Karuma. It's a great sword. It's a great sword that's been in the Asuke clan for generations, but you can't just take it though. Isn't it kind of, different though? Clan sword. Very well, I accept. I treasure it. It always, triggered always. So then, Miss Susato, seems we'll be working together for some time now to come yet. Some time to come yet, wait, what? We will honor Naruto-san. For the next 40 days, I shan't grant you a single minute of freedom. Damn. I mean, you have to. We should fill every spare minute with study. But what about breaks? What about breaks? Are we filling those breaks also with study? Quiz me on everything, jeez. Yes. Exactly what I need. Are you sure that's what you need? Are you sure you have the fire in you to do this? But before we begin, I have an earnest favor to ask of you. Okay, what's the earnest favor that you want to ask of me? Goodness, what is it? Please throw me to the... 3 times. Oh yeah, she did throw him on the ground 3 times. Oh. I should never have doubted you. True, you shouldn't have never doubted me. You're Kazu's closest friend. That is true as well, yes. Of course he would never have done anything to hurt him. He was literally putting me into fucking wardrobe just to get me out of here. Bring me to Great Britain. Should have been obvious for me. Oh, no. Should be obvious to me from the start. I had a lot of suspicion to get the better of me. And no matter how upset I was feeling, it was completely unforgivable behavior. Yeah, you can say that, yes. But not wrong. No, you were in shock. No, I won't let you make excuse for me. I mean... You just found about me. He's stowing away, and the cabin door was locked from the inside. I won't let you make the excuse for me. She's really honest, huh? As honest as it gets. Whatever the circumstances, I should never have thrown you. Not just once, but 5 times? Okay, why is it only 3 times? Okay. Huh. That number keeps creeping up, doesn't it? Yes, it sure does go up. Please, you must. Take a hold of me and throw me. Do it. Don't even think about it. No. I don't even know how. I've never thrown anyone in my life. Very wise, Mr. Naruto. It isn't a skill one acquires without considerable training. Oh, Mr. Sholmes. I observed your throwing techniques several times with great interest, I confess. I was most impressed. When did he see that? Well, I mean, he's everywhere and anywhere, right? He might have been fucking on the ceiling, just looking down. We haven't noticed it. I presume that would be a form of Japanese wrestling. The Japanese wrestling. Well, in a way, it's judo, right? It's not wrestling, but my own interpretation of an ancient jujutsu technique. Apparently, it's called the Susato takedown. It leaves your head swimming, believe me. I mean, that's her own technique, okay? How beguiling. I'm a practitioner of the combative arts myself. I'm a somewhat accomplished boxer. There he goes, he's dancing around again. I wonder if you'd be so kind as to instruct me on the technique of your arresting throw. Yes, I'd be on it, okay. Now we're going into a throwing match here. Then let us not dally. Demonstrate, my dear madam. Oh, of course. Wait, not on me. Please, not on me. Are you ready? Why are you testing on me? Why not on him? I mean, you wanted to have the, the feel of the throwing around. Sorry. Okay. I guess this is gonna happen now. And you can see, you throw from the abdomen. Abandon? No. Abdomen. Oh, yes. Arresting indeed. And that is what you turn the Susato takedown, is it? Actually, no. That was a Susato squash. What is that now? Learning more and more techniques from her. In my groggy state of consciousness, a scene from an evenly recently spent with Kazuma flickered into my mind. Karuma. That's right. It's a prized sword that's been passed down through generations of the Asuki clan. I can't believe you managed to get permission to bring it with you. I mean, taking a katana on a study tour is more than a little irregular, surely, yeah. I mean, it's literally bringing in a weapon. A Japanese man sword is a sword, Yunosuke. A copy parted from my katana. Well, the katana left you behind on that last flicker of life. Karma guides me. I truly believe that. So his name compels its wielder to slice evil into. Not that you would need much compelling. On that subject, there's something very important that I have to do in Great Britain. I sacrifice anything to make it happen. I appreciate you seeing it through with me. Oh, of course, I will. Whatever it is, I see it through to the end with you. I knew it, you wouldn't let me down. That important thing he had to do. I still don't know what that was. I'm going to see the place for myself and work it out. In Great Britain's capital, London. It's still feeling kind of sad that Kazuma's not here anymore. I mean, he was badass, man. He was a good guy too. So, oh, no, our best friend gone. That was it, huh? How many episodes does it have? Oh, it has 5. Okay, good to know. Uh huh. Adventure of a Runaway Room. All right. But before we continue, I'm going to take a break because we've been doing a lot of talking and reading. So yeah, with that, I'll keep you guys a little bit, around with something else. So yeah, for the time being, see you in a little bit, in like maybe like 5 minutes or even 10 minutes. See you in a little bit. Alright, alright. I'm back, I'm back. Let's see what's this about, huh?
記録を読み返すと、あれは19世紀の終わり、厳しい冬のことだった。事件は霧深い深夜のロンドンの街路をひた走る乗り合い馬車の中で起こった。馬車には被害者と容疑者の両名のみ、複数の人間がその事件を目撃した。一体誰が想像しただろうか、この単純極まりない事件があのような恐ろしい結末を迎えることになろうとは。我が友シャーロック・ホームズはあの事件を振り返ってこう言った。思えばあの事件こそは序曲だったのかもしれないね。忘れがたきあの日本人留学生と演じた長い競争曲の始まりだ。
すごい。これって本当に駅なのでしょうか。
駅にせよ違うにせよ、これほどの建造物は見たことがございませんね。
蒸気機関車があんなにたくさん。何なんだこの国は。
なんだか夢みたいです。
これが大英帝国のデータ。
どう？あんたたち
はい。
乗りなよ。どこへだって連れて行ってやるぜ。
それでは官庁街の高等本院へお願いします。
いいとも。あんたたち最近流行りの留学生ってやつかい？
ええ。
そうかい。それなら楽しんでいってくれよな。ようこそ世界の中心、大英帝国の帝都ロンドンへ。
And here we are, and here we are in London. Apparently they can all speak Japanese, huh? Who would have thought, right? Who would have thought they would be speaking Japanese? But yeah, here we are. Looks pretty fancy though. Looks pretty fancy. Clockworks. I know, I always loved the aesthetic of clockwork. Like if you look at it, you know, you see cogs and, you know, turning, wheels spinning. Quite aesthetic. What an incredible place. So imposing. It's almost suffocating. This place is breathtaking. Looks like a fortress. There are some stone buildings like this in Japan. Of course. Oh no. Japan now, of course. But they've only been built in a few short decades to be on our borders to the outside world. I mean, today is not your day, man. For some reason, everyone wants to fight. An authentic example, this has quite a different impact, wouldn't you agree? A far cry from the wood and papers most of our buildings are constructed from. Yeah, I mean sometimes you have those days where for some reason everything goes wrong. I guess for you it's that day, sadly. It's certainly unfamiliar. But I think there's more to the differences than just construction material. Oh yeah, there's definitely more than construction here. I mean, you see, you know, some kind of mix of library plus clock tower. But it's pretty nice, pretty nice. Also pretty imposing as well. And with the big clock in the background, lighting up the place. What is this place again? This Lord Chief Justice Office Naroda-san in the Supreme Court of Great Britain. The Lord Chief Justice. Well. We had instruction to report here at this time if circumstances were different. Wait, what? I mean, they're kind of different. Yeah, some people can dish out but can't take it. No. That's how the way goes sometimes. We were supposed to let the Lord Chief Justice know that we had arrived from Japan. Yeah, we also have to... Do we have to tell him that you know, something happened on the way here? I don't think so, right? Maybe because of different names. No, so instead we are here in a different capacity. As envoys to report the news of Kazuma-sama's death. Yes, we have to tell them. Yes. Having delivered his or her message, an envoy's duty is done. So, we'd have to to Japan. If you want to remain here in Great Britain, you have to take Kazuma's place as a law student selected for the study tour. Yes, which means you need to requisite qualifications as a lawyer. Which is what I've been studying for. Here in Great Britain, it is Lord Chief Justice who appoints lawyers. So that's the second reason why we're here. To have you officially recognized as a lawyer. It's the only way that we'll be able to remain here in London. Yeah, we do. I hope I'm up to scratch. Ah, good morning. Sorry for keeping you. Oh. He was quite unique. For some reason, he stares me right into my soul. Jesus. I trust you aren't too exhausted after your long voyage from Japan. I mean, I guess 40 days of non-stop studying, trying to replace the person who was supposed to be here. Sadly lost his life on the way here. Yeah, definitely exhausted. It seems I'm 1 hour, 12 minutes and 47 seconds late. My apologies. Yeah, punctuality is the best. Well, I guess the most important thing, right? If you try to meet someone for the first time. Leaves a good impression, more like a bad impression if you're late. Oh, no. Don't mention it. We're never happier than when we are standing around with nothing much to do. How fortunate. So, introductions. I am Mel Strongheart, the Lord Chief Justice of the British Empire. Jesus Christ, if you think about it, he's the Lord Chief of Justice of Britain. At that, even. I feel a little mouse under an elephant's foot. Yeah, I mean, he has quite the, you know, power, I'd say. Come on, Naruto-san. Don't be a mouse. I mean, she definitely read my mind. Oh, it's an honor to meet you, Lord Chief Justice Strongheart. I'm Ryonosuke Naruto, from the Empire of Japan. Well, Naruto-san, Mr. Naruto, welcome to London, the capital of our glorious British Japan. I mean, no, Great British Empire. What the fuck? Ah, yes, thank you. Also has a cane. Oh. Ooh. Look around. Oh. Fantastic. Let's look around a little bit before we talk to him. Just look at all the naughty books packed together on these shelves. They go from floor to ceiling. And they are all books that you couldn't hope to come by in Japan. It's like a dream. I mean, she loves her books. Yes, a very bad dream. They're not all about British law either. They are books about the judicial systems of the Western nations. France, Japan, Spain, Holland. What about Russia? Why do you ask? I was wondering about asking the Lord Chief Justice how to say wardrobe in Russian. What do you think? I don't think he would know that word. I mean, yes, judicial systems is different than learning a complete new language. I think perhaps it's a thought best abandoned. Yeah, it's a thought best abandoned, my guy. The armor. Look at these menacing metal giants facing each other across the room. Okay, they're not metal giants, mate. They're just armor. Knight armor. I believe they are, yes, they are suits of armor. Oh, right. I thought maybe they were like the lion's dog we have in Japan guarding shrine gates. I mean, they kind of are, but at the same time they're not. No, not at all. In fact, in Europe, suits of armor like these are always possessed by evil spirits, you know? No. They roam around the middle of the night. I don't think they're evil per se. Really? Is there nothing you don't know, Mr. Sato-san? You tells me everything I need to know about everything. If you're ever unsure, just ask. Where did she get the incredible tome? Yeah, I don't think this is right. I don't think anyone will be, possessing this armor anytime soon. This must be the Lord Chief Justice's desk. I believe it's made of marble. Marble? I've never seen a marble table before, or desk in general. It would be pretty nice to sit on it, or just, sit around it, maybe. It looks more like an over-the-top tombstone that's toppled over to me. I think that's your fanciful imagination at work again, Mr. Naruhodo or Naruhodo-san. It feels like everything that's normally made of wood and paper at home. It's made of bricks and stone here. I mean, we're in the British Empire. Yes, everyone will look like bricks and stones here. Oh, I know. That's why this place feels so overbearing, I'm sure. I think it has something to do with... it's more like how they made everything look like, right? Like, you have books here. And then you have, cogs and wheels turning. And then the big-ass clock in the back, with the light shining through it. I mean, that on its own is pretty sick already. Is this some kind of clock? Yes, it's a big-ass clock. We're in a clock tower, probably. Actually, I think we might be inside some sort of giant clock. But those gears are larger than anything you would find on a steam locomotive event. Even. It's eerie. Do you think clocks are some sort of hobby of his? The Lord Chief Justice, I mean... Well, boys do enjoy fiddling around with machines, don't they? I'm not sure you could fiddle with cogs that size. I'm certain you couldn't call him a boy. Still, it's amazing how little noise the cogs make. It's in how large they are. There's actually something quite soothing about their precise rhythm. Yes, the clicking sound. Of course, it can become quite nerve-wracking if you're trying to, focus. What do we have over here? Do we have anything new? Nope. Nothing else. Alright. Let's talk with him. London. So, what are your impressions of your capital so far? How do you like London? Well, I've been so nervous ever since I got here that I can't remember a single thing about the city. Didn't you just come here straight out the gate? From, the train station right up here? It's pretty splendid, isn't it, Naruto-san? Oh. You We had a wonderful view of some London streets from the carriage on the way here from the station. Everything is so impressive and grand. I must say I'm almost lost for words. I'm glad to hear you like it. The city boasts tramways, piped water and gas, even cables supplying electricity. Spearhead every revolutionary new technology in the world. Every visitor to London is astounded. Oh yes, astounded is the word. Thanks for saving me there, Susato-san. Everyone seems so jolly and full of vigor. Vigor? It's vigor. Yes, there's much excitement about the upcoming great exhibition we will be hosting here in London. Oh, great exhibition? Cultural and technological achievements from around the globe are to be exhibited here in our great city. It will be a great spectacle of its kind of history, and will make Paris's World Fair look like a toy shop. Damn, are you competing with trying to compete with France over here? Gosh, I can hardly imagine how magnificent it's going to be. Great Britain's capital is nothing but magnificent. London is the center of the modern world. Sounds like he is a bit how would I say it? He is a bit you know, really, he feels really strongly about London, you know? He's really in that. Even if you do you say so yourself. Like, everything is the best in London. Everything else around it is trash. Sun will never set on our great empire. I mean, shouldn't it be good that they should shine on you? Perhaps it is fate that in these progressive times we welcome visitors from the land of the rising sun. Hey, law student. Lord Chief Justice. I think you were expecting a student of law for the study tour, weren't you? Absolutely. Mr. Kazuma Asogi, if my memory serves. That's right. The British government has already been telegraphed a full report on the situation. I understand the young man lost his life aboard the steamship bound for our shores. That's amazing. The news reached him before we even arrived. I mean, still wondering how news can travel that much faster? My country naturally extends its deepest condolences to yours. Oh, thank you. And you honored this appointment specifically to inform me of the news. Yes. We're here in the capacity of envoys. Oh shit. We're here in the capacity of envoys from Japan to report the sad news in person. They tell me you Japanese are a people of protocol, courtesy, and I see that it's true. And it is with some regret that I must inform you that the death of the young lawyer means the study tour arrangement can no longer proceed. If you would just hear us out, Lord Strongheart. What do you have to say, madam? It's about the study tour. Mr. Naruhodo here would like to make a proposal. Would he now? Well, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, yeah. This is it then. The moment of truth. Continuing the study tour. The thing is, Lord Justice, Lord Strongheart. I was wondering if perhaps you would consider allowing the study tour to go ahead. Don't misunderstand me. Britain would ideally like to see the tour go ahead. But without a lawyer from your country, there's nothing to be done. Well, in that case, what if there was someone else? Another lawyer from Japan, I mean. Is there something I don't know? Only a single lawyer was invited to Great Britain from your country. And that was Mr. Asogi. At least that is what I've been That to misunderstand, I mean to understand. But the thing is, this really isn't going well at all. Yeah, I mean it's kind of hard because it's so imposing that to bring it up. Okay, I just can't seem the right words to say to this man, yeah. Now, the son, I could ruin things here if I'm not careful what I'm going to say. There's someone else here from Japan who could be described as a lawyer. It's me. I can do it. Is that so? I mean, I don't actually have any qualification as such, but... Qualification, you say? And yet you still claim to be a lawyer? I have acted as a lawyer in court before. Only once, as it happens. And I had Kazuma to help me, and I was accused. But glossing over the details, I still, defended myself. I've been spending every spare moment on the journey here to Great Britain study. I've learned all about British law and court proceedings while I was on board of the SS Buria. The voyage from Japan is 50 days, I believe. Not what you might call a full education. To become a qualified lawyer here in Britain, not only do you need a university degree in law, you must also complete several years of training. I realize it's far too short a period of time, but I can't just go back to Japan. Kazuma, no. Mr. Asuki's journey had only just begun. Coming here on the study tour was all he thought about. I have to carry on and do everything he planned to do. I know I must sound like I have an overly inflated opinion of myself, but I would do anything to prove that I have what it takes in test you care to set me. There's one chance, that is all I'm asking for. Please. I'm 31 seconds. Sorry? Your opening statement there, Mr. Naruto, it was 31 seconds long. Not too brief, not too protracted. A perfectly judged appeal, I would say. With your skill, that would stand you in good stead as a lawyer. My man is literally the clockwork himself. Oh, thanks. So, you're willing to put those words to trial, are you? Well, I'm all for entertainment. Huh? But let me ask you one thing first, sir. Yes? You say you intend to do everything Mr. Asugi's plan to do. Are you firmly set on that path? Well, yes. That's my intention. I see. Am I imagining things? Or did his expression just alter a fraction there all of a sudden? This might be because of one is confidence, right? Like Kazuma had that confidence, having all the degrees for qualification, all of that. But here you are, someone who's replacing him, acting as, someone. Oh, I will move his dream forward. It's like, are you sure? Are you sure this is the right path, man? And that is under suspicion if he is. Very well. You have your wish. I'll give you a chance. A test to become a specially certified lawyer. Whether you pass or fail is entirely down to you. Really? Okay, time to do the test. Oh god. So, what form will the test take? Exactly. Well, hey, Mr. Naruto. What do you consider the role of a lawyer to be? Let me save real quick. Just in case, we have to reload. Let me, Naruto-san, Mr. Naruto, what do you consider the role of a lawyer to be? Well, defending people, of course. Well said. So, let's have you defend someone. Huh? You're the person here. The time is perfect, in fact. There's an app trial about to begin later today. Oh shit. 1 second. Alright, no advocate has been appointed for the defense as yet, so this will be a welcome news. Yes? Hmm. Today? Straight away? Today. Manage, secure the verdict of not guilty, you will have passed my test. Wait a second. Wait a minute. If we are studying here, and we're already defending someone of not guilty verdict, aren't we already past the point of studying? Aren't we just already a lawyer at that point? What could be simpler? How do I get myself into these situations? Well, could I ask, what sort of trial is it, Lord Strongheart? Yes, good question. I remember. It's a murder trial. Oh. Oh, really? Murder? An extremely simple case, I understand. You really can't lose. That's easy to say. Yeah, someone murdered. Oh, we have to defend him. Yeah, it's definitely easy, right? But I should mention, just in case, the defendant is found guilty. He will be, of course, be sentenced to capital punishment. Capital punishment? He'll be put to death, yes. Here in Great Britain, murders are sent to the gallows without exception. I don't think that's the case today, right? I don't think there's any death, death thingies days. Of course, different countries, right? But not, I think, in Europe. Presumably, more like executions, I guess. Presumably, you read that much in your short sea-based introduction to British law. We can't possibly agree to such a test. You'll be toying with a man's life. I am the Lord Chief Justice, and I've decided it's acceptable. But you can't do that, can you? There's no need to overcomplicate this. All you have to do is ensure that you don't lose. So defendant may live or die. Look on how well I perform in court. If I lose, he'll be hanged. Yeah. It's a life or death situation, man. Mr. Naruto, you've come to me claiming to be a lawyer? If you want me to take you seriously, you need to prove you're willing to do the lawyer's job. And you say you intend to see through the will of your compatriot, Mr. Asogi. I would like to understand just how far you're willing to go in order to make that happen. He says him resolve. So what's the matter? Gone silent. I'm sorry, but time is pressing. The trials begin shortly. I need an answer from you. Now, what's it to be? What do I say? Do I agree to this absurd test? I'll do it. Easy. Alright then. If I have to give you a decision now, my answer is... I can't do it. I can't get the words out. 15 seconds. Your decision making needs to work if you want to be a lawyer. That was too slow. Hey, I was straight out the gate, man. So it's as I suspected, is it? Sorry? You have no noble intentions. I'd like to resolve to see them through. Mr. Test is cancelled. Thank you for stopping by. Going to acquire your ticket for passage back to the east tomorrow. This conversation is over. Yes, Lou. Wait, what? Thank you for offering me a chance. Wait a minute. Naruto-san. I'm sorry. It's Susato-san, but what could I do? It's alright. I understand. You? It's not an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances. But resolve has absolutely nothing to do with it. What are you trying to say, madam? I think what Mr. Susato-san means is that no matter how badly I'd like to be recognized as a lawyer and stay here in Great Britain, to risk another man's life by treating this one an only chance at a trial so trivially would be utter unforgivable, and I feel exactly the same way. I'm sure the defendant won't see this trial as a test, as some kind of experiment. A lawyer may fight for his clients in court day after day, but for each of those clients, the particular day they stand in the dock may be the only chance they have to fight to prove their innocence. No, I was wrong. I'm not qualified to do that job yet. I'm sorry for wasting your precious time, Lord Chief Justice. Wait, not Mr. Naruto. Oh, was there something else? It's approximately 20 minutes by carriage to the Old Bailey from here. If you leave immediately, you should still be there in time. But I just said that. I was quite serious in what I told you. The defendant in this case has literally no one to advocate for him. But at this point, he can't hope for find someone to represent him. Try again without a defense. And if that happens, there's only one possible outcome. Guilt. T. You'll receive the most severe sentence the judge can pass down, but that's awful. But that is the truth. Why does it have to be like this? Please don't expect an answer to every question. The cold hard truth of the matter is that there's only one person I know with a chance to save this man from a very miserable end. And that is you. I'm really this is his only hope. Yes, indeed it is. So, what do you say now? Madam, what do you mean, Lord Strongheart? That it wasn't an easy decision to choose whether to defend the man in these circumstances, and I agree. But in my estimation, it is purely simply a matter of resolve. Oh. Our time is up here. I have a meeting to attend to. I must leave in 2 minutes and 60 seconds, so 3 minutes. 16 seconds, so not 3 minutes. So, venture into our great city and enjoy yourselves. He's gone. The Old Bailey. We're going to do this, Mr. Naruto-san. We must leave at once. What to do? Yes, so that's son. Can I just ask you something? Why are you ready to throw me? When supposing I can perform a suicide to take down an insect. Why would you even do this, lady? Come on! I know. Mr. Naruto-san, you heard Lord Strongheart. He tries to answer me imminently. If we need to throw you, I will. You know, I would just say, I think we should hurry to the courtroom. If you ask me anything, it had better wait until we are at the Old Bailey. Okay. We'll moving out. Oh yeah, I want to look at this. An armband inherited from Kazuma. It identifies the wearer as a defense lawyer throughout the Empire of Japan. Kazuma Asugi. The lawyer's name is embroidered on the inside here. Look, Kazuma Asugi. This wasn't bad, of course. He had his heart set on the study war in Great Britain. I'm sure he would have found the truth he longed for here. But he lost his life before. Yes, I know. I have such a strong sense of hope of his hopes and dreams when I look at his armband. Alright. Let's move on. Oh, thank goodness we're in time. There's still 15 minutes until the trial begins. I knew the horse-drawn carriage could go so fast. I thought my teeth were going to rattle loose. I mean, I was never in a carriage before, so don't know much. Did you hear what I said to the driver when we climbed aboard? Get us to our destination. 5 minutes, driver, and there's a guinea in it for you. There's a guinea in it? What does he mean? It's one of my favorite lines from the Sherlock Holmes stories, and it worked quite perfectly. Well, okay. I'm not sure why you're so pleased. I thought we were going to die and we had to pay gold for the privilege. Oh well, at least we arrived here before the trial started. Yes, I suppose there's that. Anyway, I don't understand it. Chronicles said defense should be here, but there's no sign of him at all. He's scared? So this is the Old Bailey? Even this room for defendants to wait in is grand. Are you alright? Is another son? I'm feeling tense. That's all. This place gives me the same sense of foreboding that I remember from the courtroom in Japan. The oppressive air, almost as if the building itself is going to crush whoever is about to be sentenced. It's like only yesterday that I was the one about to be crushed. Yes, whoever the man you defend is, I imagine he's feeling very alone at this moment. Of the morning to you, madam, sir. What are you doing following me here? Things are fair desperate, are they? Huh. What a speech. Oh, sorry. Would you look at those expressionless faces from the east are yous? We're from Japan, yes? Ah, Japan is it? Right, say no more. So, how much do you need? No, we're just here because... No need to explain, fella. I've been there myself, so I have. No place go, nothing to eat, barely a penny to your name, and all while in a strange faraway land. Well, actually, we haven't found a place to stay yet, no. Tis grand. Let me start by giving you 1,000 guineas, say nothing now. 1,000 guineas, please. Son, you don't have to shout. But 1,000 guineas is enough to build an entire mansion in the most prestigious area in Tokyo. I mean, I take that money gladly. No problem, I take it. What? There's nothing to me at all. I'd like to ensure I have sufficient funds to weather a rainy day, you see. I have enough wealth to buy the city of London 2 or 3 times over. Could that much rain even fall in one day? Well, even so, we couldn't possibly accept such a large sum of money. That hit me in the eye. Don't get me wrong, fella. I'm not giving it to you. Yeah, it's literally a loan. I want you to do something for me. Okay. Oh, yeah. Defend him. To be honest, this is a little embarrassing. The trial that's about to begin, you see, it's for me to go south here. I'll be on the dock. So now, what I want you to do is come along with me and stand there beside me. Officially, you'll be my lawyer, but there's just a little detail now. Oh? Well, the thing is, don't worry about the thing. All you have to do is stand up there next to me, nothing more. Alright, you see, the trial is going to start without me having any kind of representation at all. So it was true. Lord Chief Justice doesn't make it all up. I'm terribly sorry to have asked, but doesn't mean you're a defendant in this trial. Blustering blaze. Oh, do yous not know who I am? Me, one of London's biggest names? No, sorry. We've only just arrived in the city, you see. I see. I suppose it isn't altogether impossible. Well, just next to Hyde Park there, in the center of London, is another beautiful park. Sorry, a park? What? It's called a gilded park, full of blossoming flowers. In the spring of the singing birds and whatnot. Singing? I donated to the city, so I did. An entire park in central London? A city of smiles, that is my vision for London. There's nothing Magnus McGilded wouldn't do for the city and its square old people. That's amazing. I mean, really extraordinary, but why are you here? But now they're all gone. To say I'm good for nothing, criminal? Me, Magnus McGilded. What is the matter with the London police, I ask you? Okay, my man, you need to take a breather. Alright, don't pass out, yeah? Not all the sun. Perhaps now would be a good time to introduce ourselves while the gentleman catches his breath. Good idea. Breathe, man, breathe. Mr. McGilded, the thing is, we're actually here in London to study British law. We are law students on a study tour from Japan, you see. So, if you don't have a lawyer for the trial yet, and you'd be happy to put yourself in our hands, we do our best. What was I saying now? What was I after saying, you daft Egypt? Whoa. I've given you 1,000 guineas to stand up there next to me, haven't I? Well, yes, but I wasn't really offering to just stand up there next to you. Oh, I think I see what's going on here. Sorry. I knew what thinking. This Chancellor of a fella claims to have more money than the Queen. But if that's true, why the blazes can't he hire the finest lawyer in all of England? Because he did it. That's the only explanation. Well. Well. Exactly. Yes. Yes, exactly. What now? Well, like I said, if you have all that money but you don't have anyone to represent you in court, there's no other logical conclusion than that you're guilty of the charges. Well, we call a spade in the East, so you do. So, I'm sorry. I didn't mean any offense. I still can't express myself very well in English, you see, and I'm never sure what's acceptable to say and what isn't, so. Is that so? Because you sounded fluent enough when you were telling me what a background I must be. I'm terrible, so. I mean, you take it or leave it, man. Can't say that I blame you for thinking it, fella. It is a little strange, to be honest. Why you don't have a lawyer, I mean. That would be the fault of the Reaper. Did someone kill the lawyer? Like, essentially, you know, want to blackmail you but killed the lawyer in the process? Did he just say Reaper? Aye. The Grim Reaper of the Bailey, Lord Barak Van Zeeks. He's the prosecutor. The prosecutor is the Grim Reaper? When Van Zeek stands for the prosecution, they call the accused the sacrificial lambs. Wait, what? And to this day, in every single trial in which he's been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned. What? So it's reached the desperate situation where there's no one willing to stand in defense against the fella at all. Oh, okay, so he didn't murder anyone. But no lawyer needed to die. Besides Kazuma, but you know, we gotta leave it behind. Let's say he's the living legend of the Old Bailey. Goodness. Lord Barak Van Zeeks. He must be an exceptionally talented prosecutor then. Talented isn't the word you're looking for, madam. It's cursed. Cursed? What on earth? The defendant is summoned in his counsel. Bailiff, please make your way into the courtroom. The trial is about to begin. His counsel, that would be me. Yes, it will be you. Oh, this time. Well then, fella, don't let me down. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, there's gonna be something. Alright. I'm gonna let you down, man. Well, I don't know anything about the case. You haven't told me what happened. Until you showed your face here? I made up my mind, so sorry. I decided I have to defend myself. Myself in there. How would that have worked? But then you made an appearance. A student of law, wouldn't you know? No accident, I can assure you of that. Just fate. So don't get cold feet now, please. Oh man, there's gonna be something, huh? I literally know nothing about this case or about this man who stands accused. In fact, the only thing I do know is that I can't just turn my back on him. Naruto-san. The man has no one. He'll have to stand alone in that courtroom, armed with nothing to notice to defend himself. Yes, something that Kazuma would never have allowed to happen. Counsel for defense? What are you doing? If you're late for the start of the trial, you will lose your right to stand. I'll be right there. Then going to the courtroom with nothing, with no knowledge? Great start. It's happening then. My first trial in the British court. I hope you're watching over me, Kazuma. Because I have no idea how I'm going to manage this. Yeah. I don't need a man. I need some kind of knowledge, you know, what happened, the scenarios, the scene. Who was there, who wasn't there. I need a picture, man. So this is the highest court in Great Britain. The Old Bailey. The centuries of history in this place is palpable, isn't it? It's so different to the Supreme Court in Japan. It feels both imposing and serene at the same time. The other here almost makes words redundant. I mean, this looks like a theater room. Like, you know, where usually would have some kind of musicals running because it's so grand. Or an opera. Whatever the country, determining a person's guilt or innocence is always a solemn affair. May I say something, Mr. Naruto-san? Oh, yes? What? My man's nervous as fuck again. Your eyes look ready to pop out of your head again. Yeah, I know. But I just can't help it. Ah, is that him? Name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. We are here today to determine the guilt of the innocent Mr. Magnus McGilded. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare the willingness to proceed. Van Zeeks, the prosecution is fully prepared. Wait, why does he look like a vampire? What is happening here? He looks actually like a vampire. That must be the Reaper of the Bailey. He really does look fully prepared to dispatch his next poor victim to the underworld. Counsel for the defense, you appear to be Eastern. Do you speak English? Yes, of course. Sorry. But he asked if his defender was ready. And I couldn't before I'm ready if I tried. I got Dracula. The eyes please me, Nipponese. Short your fear, your doubt, your trepidation. They run wild, clinging to some phantom notion of courage. The quintessential look of a sacrificial lamb. Yeah, I'm tasting blood, fresh meat. Oh, the culture just ran down my spine, all the way to the tips of my toes. Now, Mr. McGilded. Yes, my lord. Stand accused of murder, the capital offense. Could be sent to the gallows if found guilty. Are you quite sure you wish to entrust your defense to this foreigner? As I've always said, my lord, this is a grand thing to give opportunities to the young. Even if the fella is a student from some little island off in the far east. It's not the British way to ignore the dangers to yourself and give those less fortunate a fair chance. I like to think the acts of it chivalry to the great British Empire proud. Listen, Mr. Gilded, a fine gentleman London has in them. Did you hear that he had donated £5,000 to the government the other day? Mother, please, may we go play in McGilded Park? It seems as though everyone in the public gallery is firmly behind Mr. McGilded. I mean, that's a plus for him, but it's still, you know, something doesn't change if he goes guilty. That's certainly welcome news. And he certainly has a way with words. I'm surprised he couldn't convince anyone to defend him. Eloquently put, Mr. McGilded. The most laudable sentiments. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm sure I need hardly remind you that you 6 members of the public have been selected for your impartiality. Are you ready to proceed? Juror number 1, yes, my lord. If the task is to send rotters to the gallows where they belong, I'm more than ready. Damn, my man is ready. Juror number 2, at the manor, his lordship always says we should dispose of rubbish promptly. Naturally, I agree. Okay, Mado. Any criminal here will soon be wishing they never set eyes on me. Okay. Looks like an office lady. Salesperson? Salesman? I feel a chill. Okay, Grandma. Oh, don't mind me, dears. I'll just be getting on with my knitting. I must finish these mitts for my grandson. Oh, I must finish these mitts for my grandson. Oh, Mr. Naruto, those people are the jury. Yes, that's something we don't have in Japan yet. That's right, I've only ever read about it. But here in Great Britain, the court's final verdict depends on the opinions of these 6 jurors. You know, jurors can always be, you know... I hope they're impartial at least. And yeah, let's see. The judge passes sentence according to the law, but the jurors determine guilt based on common sense. So the defendant is ultimately judged from 2 completely different points of view. But how exactly do the jurors give their verdict? It's more like if the story is believable, I think. And I don't know, but I'm sure it will become clear as the trial progresses. Yes. Prosecutor Van Zieks, my lord. It's been a number of years since we've seen you here in the courtroom. I thought you renounced your fame. I'm known as the Reaper of the Bailey, my lord. Infamy rather than fame, I would say. But yes, 5 years have passed since I last spread my wings in this capacity. So, what brings you here back? Is there some change of circumstance in which the court should be aware? I leave that to your imagination, my lord. So the Reaper has been out of action for 5 years. Why did he have to choose today all of a sudden to make this comeback? I mean, maybe it's something to do with the trial, that he came back for it. Don't lose heart, not a son. As you wish, sir. The court nevertheless welcomes your return. Now then, open with statement, I think, a summary of the case if you please. Certainly, my lord. The doctor is aware this is a case of overwhelming simplicity. Must be the only ones here who aren't aware. The incident took place in the late evening. 3 days passed. The hour was some minutes after 10. It sure was. And that is also where we should be stopping for today. Also for the sake of everything else, right? Before we get into the whole, thing of going into a trial with no knowledge. But, this is also the time of the day where the scene comes to an end. Hope you guys enjoyed, the playthrough. We got done with episode 2 of Ace Attorney Chronicles. Of course, it always takes a little while, when we always return to Ace Attorney, because it's a lot of reading, and it's always, a comeback as soon as we finish a game. And I have no idea what we're going to play. I just want to jump into Ace Attorney to progress that, right? And yeah, so far, it's still pretty good. It's very, pretty good, Got Kazuma, his revenge in a way, right? He got his murder trial. I guess we got cleared ourselves of murder. And found justice. I guess Mullet got justice for him at least. And now we are, carrying on his dream in the court of law in the British Empire. But yeah, as always, if you guys enjoyed the stream, the follow is always appreciated. Same goes with Twitter as well. I always keep you guys updated on Twitter if I'm going live or not, or what kind of games we play. And yeah, tomorrow? Tomorrow it's gonna be interesting. I want to see what kind of game we play. So here's always the day, right? I'll keep you guys updated on that. What kind of game we're gonna be playing tomorrow? So follow the Twitter. Always appreciated for doing that as well. I will always keep you on the toes and updates and all of the other things. But yeah, as always, thanks for watching, and hopefully see you guys tomorrow with a new game and another stream, right? So yeah, as always, you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys tomorrow with another stream, new game, another day. See you then.